Let me go grab a shirt real quick. I'll be right back. So what's up, everyone? Been playing Off-Road Outlaws a lot. Thank you all so much for 10. What's up, Ron? Thank you all so much for 10 subs on my gaming channel. I know it's not a lot, but I know starting out it was rough. So the cars I found so far is a 1970 Plymouth Barracuda, the first one. The second one is a 80s model Fox Body Mustang. The third is a 69 or 70 Chevy El Camino. The fourth would be a 69 Chevy Nova. The fifth is a 69 Chevy Camaro. And the sixth car I found is a 57 Chevy Bel Air, which is what I've been trying to find. I mean, of course, in Off-Road Outlaws, you have to find them in order, but it's stupid. I still got 8 more cars to find. There's 14 in all. So, eating a Tootsie Roll, by the way. But what's up, brother? How you doing? I'll be hopping on your live later, if you go live. I love your lives, man. Yo, if you remember when I asked you, what's the best relationship advice? I said yes, ma'am, to my girlfriend. What's the name of your gaming channel? Well, it's the gaming team. I believe it's in one of my posts on my channel, but I don't know. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it's in one of my posts. But you told me to say yes, ma'am, to her, and dude, she got so mad. She's like, "You calling me ma'am? I make me sound old. If anything, you should be calling your stepmom ma'am." I'm like, dang, okay. Of course, we're the same age, but I love her to death. I do. She's been really good to me. My ex-wife, she used to beat on me all the time. Of course, I wouldn't hit back because I was raised you never hit a woman, so. Room tour. Thought I'd show you a tour of my house, but it wouldn't take but 30 seconds. Hello, L man. If there was a way that I could actually, well, here is my kitchen. It's not much, but also need to empty the trash. Don't mind that. This is the kitchen. It's not much, but oh well. There's an old fireplace. We haven't used it in years. But we got the fridge, stove, sink, the dishes need done, cabinets, you know, whatever. Back down there, that hallway to the right is my bedroom. There's also a bedroom as you turn this wall. That's another part of the living room. The one right here, where that brown table is, that's the living room. Also the front door. My bedroom, if you turn right and then take a left, it goes back out. That's the back door. My grandparents bought this house in the 70s. And then I think in like 2009 or 10, we turned it into a double wide. It was a single wide. I remember when we first moved down here, actually. This house was really small. and it was really cramped. So the walkway in, there used to be a rail right here with like poles. This used to be the main way in. This floor was also 2 feet higher. The let's see, I'm trying to figure this out. The sink was over here in the middle of the floor. The fridge was over here in the corner, or over here. I'm sorry. The fridge has always been right there. The stove was also always right there, but the sink was right in the middle of the floor. And the room I'm in now was just one room. You can see where the roof has been separated. This, from here back where I'm at, used to be the dining room. And my mom was in a wheelchair, so we just had to connect it all together to make it easier for her. God rest her soul, she's no longer with us, but I miss her to death, I do. But anyway, guys, go check out my gaming channel. So far, actually, shoot. I don't know if I posted a short on this channel or my other one. I have shown 4 out of 6 barn finds that I have found so far. I showed my 70 Barracuda, my 80s Mustang, my 69 or 70 El Camino, and my 69 or 70 Nova. I'm waiting to get 4 more so I can do another short about them. That's number 4. Hold up. Barracuda, Mustang, El Camino, Nova. I found a Camaro. I woke up about 3 o'clock this morning. I don't know why. I just couldn't go back to bed. So I got to looking. I fixed a 69 Camaro, and I just found the 57 Bel Air that I was looking for in Off-Road Outlaws, and I finally found it. There is also a 40s model drag car on there. There's 14 barn finds in total, and I'm going to find them all. Bro, that's gay. We don't do that here. I think I'll pass, brother. Let me go check real quick. Hello, Zaravlev. I don't know how to say that. I really don't. But are you a Jew? No, I am American. Can't you tell? No, I'm American. I was born in America. Hamza Bagar. You're a bagger? Wanted the Jewish community. Nah, brother. I'm good. Jeff Reed. I was born with a rare condition where my teeth, they rotted from the inside out, and it didn't matter what I did. I couldn't save them. I tried brushing them. I used the dentist gave me like high dollar toothpaste, and it didn't help. Stop and think. Are you Amish? No. I have worked with Amish people, but no, I'm not Amish myself. I'm just a good old country boy. With long hair. Even ever thought about dentures or beaner? Yeah, I've been thinking about getting dentures. Are you a Christian? Yeah, I mean, I don't really live Christ-like, but I mean, I believe he's real. You know. Thank you for shouting me out. Of course, Peyton. Anything for a subscriber, buddy. I seen you got more subscribers too. I'm happy for you. Y'all go subscribe to Peyton. He's trying to grow his channel, man. All we can do is support him. Ever thought about dentures? Yeah, sorry, stop and think. Or not stop and think. Jeff Reed. Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to. So are you an atheist? No, I'm not a follower of Satan or Jesus. I mean, I'm kind of in the middle. But when I had my surgery, it was July of 2024. And, hey, Peyton. And they said I would have to wait a year before I could get dentures, for all the bone spurs and stuff to come out of my gums. And 6 months ago, my medical insurance got cut off for what, I don't know. Yeah, I do. They said I had to wait a year. I had my surgery done in July. December, I went to jail. Got out in April. And my insurance was completely messed up. And I didn't get it fixed till, what is today? Friday? I didn't get it fixed till the 7th, which was Tuesday. I finally got some glasses too, because I need them. I can't see a thing. But hopefully by next Tuesday, or the week after Tuesday, coming, I should have glasses. Why'd you get locked up? Well, funny story. I stopped at the local gas station. I'll just side rant. I'll just tell you the whole story. I was driving a 2002 Ford F-150. It was a single cab long bed, 8-foot bed, and it had a 4.2 V6. I paid $1,500 for this truck, which was all the money I had left. And I stopped at the gas station to get gas, and there was a guy there. He was driving a 2003 Chevy Cavalier. It was a 5-speed. It was a Z26. Or whatever it is, Z20 something. I think it was a 26. Anyway, I pulled up and I said, "Are you having trouble, buddy?" He's like, "Yeah, I think my alternator went out." And he looked at me. And he said, I'm not going to say my dad's name, but he said, "Are you so-and-so's boy?" I said, "Yeah, I am. Why?" He said, "I'm your cousin Eric." Thank you, stop and think. Anyway, I said, "Well, it's a 5-speed. Do you want to sell it?" He said, "Yeah, $200. I said, "I'll make you a deal. I'll give you $200 right now if you'll help me get this car home." MC squared 90. I'm definitely watching that here in a minute. Anyway, or whenever I get done. Anyway, I had a tire in the back of my truck that I found on the side of the road I thought was good. And I had a strap. I said, "Well, I'm going to strap this tire to my front bumper, and I will push you all the way to my house." So I pushed it down here to the house. I paid him for the car before we ever left the gas station. Well, I told him, I was like, "Man, I need the key." He said, "Hang on, man, I got to find it." He went outside to find it, disappeared. He just, poof, gone. A few days later, I found him on Facebook. I said, "Man, I need this key. And I need it bad so I can get to work on this car." He said, "Man, I can't find it. I'm still looking for it." I said, "All right. I'll give you till this Saturday to find the key." Saturday come around. I said, "Man, I told you till Saturday. Where's the key?" He said, I still ain't found it. I said, all right then, it's going to the junkyard. So I took a hammer and I busted the driver window out because it was locked. Took what I wanted out of the car. Went to his house while he was gone and got his car dolly and hooked it to my truck. My brother had a 99 Expedition, which, you know, the car, it was locked where it was in gear, in park. So he drug it backwards. I leveled the car dolly up to the front of the car, and he pushed the car up on the dolly. And I took it to the junkyard. And I told him, I took a picture. I was like, man, it's in the junkyard. I'm sorry. And then he said, well, you still owe me $200. I said, no, I don't, man. I paid you before we ever left the gas station. He never said another thing. A week later, well, I mean, I took it to the, probably, I don't know. I took it to the junkyard, and they never run it as stolen. Cops never come down here or nothing. Anyway, about a week later, one of my other buddies that lives over here in town, or close to town, I grew up with his son. Him and my dad used to be good friends. Oh, hi, kitty. What are you doing? Come up here. Story time. Anyway, him and my dad used to be good buddies, and I used to ride four-wheelers with my friend's dad. So I went to his place, just to see him and talk to him. And he had the exact same rims that come off of his truck that was just like my truck. I was like, man, what do you want for them rims? He said, I said, I ain't got no money right now. He said, well, if you haul these tires off that I got, you can have these rims and tires. I was like, all right, bet. I got about 6 loads down here that day, and went and got another one, and I was low on gas, so, I just let it sit. That night, about 12 o'clock, I don't know how the fuck he knew, but I saw headlights in my bedroom, so I walked outside. He's standing on the back bumper of my truck, looking at me. He said, man, I told you I need this $200. I said, man, I done paid you that fucking $200. What do you want? He said, I'll show you what I want. So he took one of these Zippos, lit it, and threw it on the tires, and it went. I don't know if he had already poured gas on it or what, but it went up in flames. So I got a hold of him, put him in a headlock, and I didn't let go until his face was this purple. I almost killed him. And I got 3 years for second-degree strangulation, so that's the story of how I went to jail. I almost killed him because I absolutely loved that truck. I really, really did. I loved it. I almost killed him because he set my truck on fire. Well, what are you doing? Kitty, kitty. What are you doing, baby? No, you... Ow! Damn, so you only did months and got some probation now? I did 5 months. The way here it goes in Kentucky, they have something called MRS, which is Mandatory Reentry Supervision. That is 6 months to the door of getting out. I did 5 months from December to April. And I got eligible for MRS, and they let me out. I'm off MRS in December, which will be parole. This December is my final parole date, and then I'm off paper. Ow! Dickhead. Come here. Come here. Good kid. Good kid, yeah. Yeah, it's a felony. It was a Class D felony. But it was well worth it. He fucking destroyed my truck. Hell yeah, it's a felony. I'm surprised they didn't get me for attempted murder. Get off my foot, dummy. Right. Yep. Guys, on my game, I'm gonna be having meets. It'll only be in the woodlands though. That seems to be the only map that I can actually join people on. So, if you download Off-Road Outlaws, I will play with you all on the game. Get your ass down. I went fishing about a half hour ago. No fish. The water is back up. Higher than what it was. Because it rained like fuck here. Thank you for shouting me out. Of course, Peyton. Peyton, you're young. Please don't start. Don't start smoking, brother. How old are you, Peyton? You look to be about 13 or 14. How old are you? It's alright if you don't want to say. It's fine. You look like you're about 13 or 14. Get your hind end down. Go. Get. Stupid cat. Quit hurting my legs. Dadgummit. Piece of crap. Ah! Anyway, guys, if you all download Off-Road Outlaws, I will play with you all. You'll have to do a custom map. 11? Dude, you're young, bro. God, I didn't know you was that young. Dang, I thought you were a little bit older. Anyway, I started smoking when I was 14. And now I have breathing problems at the wazoo. Bro, I remember when I was 11. Good times. Enjoy your childhood while you can. Because I grew up way too quick. I really did. 11, 22. So you was born 3... What's up, DM Edits? How's it going? If you were 11... Peyton, if you were 11, you must have been born in like 2013 or something. Because I'm 11 years older than you, and I was born in 2003. I'm 22. I know I don't look like it, but everybody says I look younger than I am. I was born in 2013. Bro, I remember 2013. I remember 2012, bro. I was 9 years old in 2012. I remember playing on the Nintendo DS. This is before the Switch and all this stuff. I remember when they had the Wii, the freaking Xbox 360. I remember when the PS3 come out. I remember Call of Duty Black Ops 1. The OG Black Ops. Matter of fact, the first time I ever played Call of Duty, I was sitting in that little room right over there. Me and my cousin. He brought his PlayStation over and had something called The World Ain't How It Was. My grandpa would tell me all the famous cities in North Carolina when he was a kid was just farmland. Yeah, this world's going to hell in a handbasket, and that's sad. My papa used to have, this used to be a big farm. We got 38 acres. My papa used to have cows and bulls and everything, but he had a big stroke, a massive stroke, and he couldn't take care of them. And him, my dad, and my two uncles had a logging company. It was a family company. And they worked their butts off. Dad said he remembers when it was so cold that they had to build a fire underneath the bulldozer to start the diesel motor. It was that cold. And he said they worked in heat. It was so hot it was 110 in the shade. Of course, I've only worked in firewood. I've hauled some logs. I've hauled logs before, and I really enjoy doing it. I love woodwork. Bro, I remember the first time I went fishing. I was about 4 years old. Just barely, just barely able to walk, man. My dad had a big, one of them old Shakespeare tigers, the clothes face, because that's all he can use. And I remember I was like, Dad, I'm not gonna, if a fish bites this pole, you're probably gonna lose it. And Dad used to drink heavy back then, so he said, you better not lose my damn pole. I said, well, if I do, it ain't my fault. And I caught a fish about 5 minutes after I said that. It was a 12-inch crappie, and that was my very first fish. Of course, I didn't keep it. We threw it back, but still a good catch nonetheless. But, sunfish, dude. Over here at Longbow in my past videos, I caught one, dude, and it was so pretty, I almost cried because I caught it. I really did. And I hardly ever cry. But I almost cried, dude. That fish was so pretty. I wish it had never bit my pole. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Dad said they've seen something down here, but I think it's just too cold right now. I should be starting work here in a few days. My brother's supposed to let me know something. I'll be working at his place. I'm going to be, uh, I'm going to be trying to do a video with Kentucky Creek Life. I saw his video the other day at Beaver Creek. Yeah. That's actually 2.5 miles down the road right here. That's actually where I just come from earlier. I walked 2 miles back home because my parents were going somewhere else. That's nice. And, dude, hybrid bluegill get huge. I think the biggest bluegill I caught was 2 pounds, and it was a hybrid. I got trout fishing in the Smoky Mountains in Carolina. Bro, I've been to the Smoky Mountains, but I never got to fish them. I've always wanted to go to South Carolina. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I know why. One of my favorite YouTubers lived there, but God rest his soul, Angry Grandpa. I've always wanted to go there. Always wanted to go. But I think the last time I went was like 20. I was like 15. That was 7 years ago. Today. Not today, but 7 years ago. My grandpa caught a 10-pound brook trout. I've never caught a trout in my life. Rainbow, brook, lake, brown, never caught one. Snook, I've never caught a trout. I've tried fishing for them. They stock the next county over. Uh, they have a big pond in the middle of the park, and they say they stock it with trout, but Peyton, are you talking to me or DM Edits? But I've never caught a trout. But they're in saltwater in the Outer Banks. I've caught a speckled trout. I went to California. I fished the ocean, but I never caught nothing. I fished around Santa Monica Pier, never caught nothing. Oh, that's my buddy. Probably because of all that trash. Right? Right? No. Chemicals in the water, you never know. Yeah. The one fish I want to catch before I die would be a hammerhead shark. I just love how goofy they look. But, uh, I wish I could do a live. Me, okay. We can collab. But what I was going to say before I forget. Me and Kentucky Creek Life, I subscribe to him. Mine would be a golden rainbow trout. Oh, them are pretty, ain't they? But I noticed that Kentucky Creek Life went to the same Cabela's that I go to. How come you cut the air so darn hard that it made a sound when you ran in here? Come here. You want to be on camera? You're on camera. Say hi. Say hi. This is my baby. Her name's Peanut. Well, it's Dad's baby. Her name was Angel, and Dad calls her Peanut now. So, I guess her name's Peanut. Say hi, Peanut. Say hi, Peanut. Say hi. You're not very happy, are you? Ow! I guess not. Alright. I'll let you down. But I'm gonna be... I want to get a computer. First off, I need to see if I can play Off-Road Outlaws on a computer. Then, if I can switch my account over to that Off-Road Outlaws, so I don't lose all my progress, because I got like 14,000 XP. I've got almost $1 million worth of stuff. I've got a boat that goes 100 miles an hour, boat trailer. So everything I've got a second gen Cummins, which is a 12 valve, and it was dubbed 2025 Off-Road Outlaws Truck Pool Champion. American Marksman, yeah. My second gen 12 valve was dubbed Off-Road Outlaws Truck Pull Champion of 2025. I posted it on Facebook and everybody's talking crap, bro, but nobody wants to hook up. And I told them, I was like, either hook up or STFU. You know, I'm not going to say what it means, you know, but I said, I'm tired of everybody talking crap, but they're too scared to hook a winch to me because they know I smoke. No, I'm not a member. I said, but they're too afraid to hook a winch to me because I know I'll smoke whatever they hook to me. I mean, dude, I pulled Bigfoot with my truck. And that's saying something because Bigfoot is huge. I pulled monster trucks with my truck. Get your hind end through it. Wrong. Leave my charger alone. But how do you do those truck pulls? Well, you have to buy a winch. In order to truck pull from the back, you all have to back up bumper to bumper and then attach the winch to him and it'll attach from the back. Otherwise, it'll attach from the front. Redneck Flounder. Pretty bad name, but my brother came up with it. My baby brother. Hey, I like that. The Redneck Flounder. That's pretty cool. Mine. I have a. So everything I got it to valve. Haven't thought of a name for it yet. I got two of those in real life. I got two tractor pulls and truck pulls. I've always wanted to enter a truck pull, but I've never had the money. But anyway, ooh, my brother accepted my friend request. Good. I have a 12 valve, second gen Cummins, dually. I have a 1970 Barracuda, which is named, oh shoot, Nightmare. Right. My 70 Barracuda is named Nightmare. Quit! Quit your crap. I'm talking here. Get through there somewhere. Go. Yeah. Hang on, guys. My Dodge, my 12 valve Cummins is known as the Chevy Killer. Because the biggest truck I pulled with it was a Chevrolet. And it was my little brother's. It was called Mr. Mint. He said nothing had ever pulled it, and my truck did. But I have a 70 Barracuda named Nightmare. I have a El Camino. I don't know what I'm going to name it yet. I have an 83 Fox Body Mustang. Yeah, we do them in multiplayer. I have an 83 Fox Body Mustang, which I named Speed Demon. And my Chevelle, I haven't, or not my Chevelle, my Nova. I haven't thought of a name for it either. My Camaro, I'm probably going to name it Crusher. For my favorite people in the world, Roadkill, their 69 Crusher Camaro. I'm probably going to replicate it. I got a Simpson. What is that? What's a Simpson? I'm probably going to name my Camaro or my El Camino Smokey. because it's black with gray and white flames. That's the wrap for it. Oh. But I'm probably going to call my El Camino Smoky. And then I'll call my Nova Bloodborne. Because it's a red front that fades to black in the back. Or Bloody Mary. That'd be cool too. The Murder Nova. Oh, that would be cool. Murder Nova. Oh. Yep. That's the name. Murder Nova. Murder Nova. I thought about Bloody Mary, but Murder Nova sounds amazing. I thought about replicating the Nova off of Supernatural, but now my 57 Chevrolet, that's going to be replicated off of my Gray Aunt's 57 Chevy that she's got. It is white with red interior, chrome striping, chrome plates, and chrome rims. If they had a 55, I would name it after my uncle's 55. My great uncle's 55. My great aunt and great uncle, they're married. She has a 57 Chevy. He has a 55 Chevy and a 49 Ford drag car. But guys, I think that's going to be it for my live. If you all want to play with me on Off-Road Outlaws, give me about 5 minutes. DM edits, give me about 5 minutes. And then go to... By the way, what is your name on Off-Road Outlaws? That way I can look out for you. Because what I'm going to do... What is your name on Off-Road Outlaws? Put it in the comments. That way I can write it down. Because I'm going to look for you. But give me about 5 minutes. I'm going to fix my Nova. And I'm bringing my Barracuda too. And I'll race you. What you do is go to custom maps, go to online, host private, Smoky Mountain 1030. Alright, I'll be looking out for you. Go to online playing or play online, whatever, custom maps, and then go to Drag Kings. At the bottom of the map, it'll say all about drag racing. I will see you there. Like I said, just give me about 5 minutes, I'll look out for you. You'll know if it's me because I'll give you a thumbs up. But I'll see you in about 5, buddy.